Okay. If you guys could go back, if there was like a young realtor who wanted to get into second home markets, what advice would you give to someone who wanted to sell in a market that they weren't from?
Selling here now for 20 years and having the wealth of knowledge that I now have in the area, coming from a place of zero knowledge, except for coming down and hanging out at Joe's investment property when he had one, down here before getting into real estate. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know the areas. I didn't know, the towns. I didn't really know or anybody in it. So the best advice I could offer to somebody that would be maybe moving to an area and getting into real estate is you really need to, I would suggest, you don't need to do anything. I would suggest really recommend that you take the time to learn about that town. And what I mean by that is walk in the town, drive in the town, learning the different markers, the different sections of each town and what they're about, because that's going to give you the knowledge that you need within it. And ultimately at that point in time, really on the realtor side of it, so you're building your knowledge base by just getting into the town and as I said, but after that it's really just start communicating with the sellers or the homeowners that are there, and that's just diving in and getting on the phones, which I know is very old school, from nowadays, but it's getting on the phone and calling people and contacting people to find out if they're selling or who they know that might be selling or buying in that regard. And then ultimately finding someone who will mentor you in that town is going to be key. I was blessed with that. I had a couple of guys that grew up in Ocean City when I first started. So they came on as mentors for me and really helped me understand the town and how it functioned and the ins and outs about it. So that really helped me launch my career that way. So definitely find a mentor or two that can help you in that regard. Someone who's been around for a long time or maybe born and raised there, and then just be in the town as much as possible.
I would have to agree wholeheartedly with everything, and especially the part about that you just said it, being in the town. We're going on 20 years now. And the only way you know about the town that you're going to work, the town that you're going to represent, is getting into the town and getting to know the town. So many of these communities, there's little towns in towns. Whether you're looking at the Wildwoods or you're looking at Ocean City, there's the Garden section, Gold Coast, South End, there's North Wildwood Crest. Like, where does each town start and each town end,
Sure.
ends? And being engrossed in the town, I think that's really something that you've got to know the fabric of the town that you're trying to work in as well. It's not just real estate. It's not just a job. You're also selling the town.
Yeah.
Everything we're talking about here and the different towns we're going to visit, through the next couple of days. It's about what the town has to offer, the history of the town, the fabric of it, and all that kind of stuff. And you have to get to know that. Otherwise, what are you selling? You're selling nothing.
The house is just a means to the end for someone to be here long term. Right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. They found the town they love. They found the people they love in it.
Yep.
There's whatever it is about the town that they're looking for in a community at the beach. And once they find that, then they find the house.